Imagine a warm, sunny day. It's summer. There's not a cloud in the sky. It's a balmy 85 degrees. You and some friends have decided to take a motorcycle ride to the lake to enjoy the summer afternoon. And as you get ready to leave, you put your head inside an oven. Now, I personally own a Shoei RF 700. This is one of the most well-ventilated helmets on the market today. With two independent venting systems, the face vent forces air directly up to my face. The forehead vent supplies air to the entire rest of the helmet. And yet, on a hot day, this just isn't enough. Now, as most of you know, the body dissipates heat through the top of the head. Well, once you have your helmet on, the heat can't get out. As the heat rises, you begin to sweat, it gets into your eyes, and this causes a serious problem. Now, to justify helmet laws, lawmakers have contended for years that there is always head trauma involved in motorcycle injuries. This simply isn't true. I've been riding myself for 3 years now, and I've had one major accident. I was sideswiped by a car doing 40 miles an hour. Now, I came away from this accident with a few bruises, some torn ligaments in my back, and a helmet without a scratch. It is simply unrealistic to think that there is always going to be a head trauma. My injuries would have been the same no matter what. Now, I don't want you to misunderstand. I am not opposed to helmets. I have always worn a helmet, and I will always wear a helmet. But this is my choice, and it is not something that should be dictated. Now, as Thomas Jefferson said in 1820, I know of no safe depository for the ultimate powers of society but the people themselves. And if we think them not enlightened enough to exercise this control with a wholesome discretion, the remedy is not to remove it from them, but to enlighten their discretion. Now, with this in mind, I'd like to take on a few of the myths involving helmet laws. First of all, who says that helmets are safe? Well, that's the Department of Transportation. And all helmets on the market today are required to have a Department of Transportation sticker stating that they have passed their testing procedures. But what are their testing procedures? From a DOT report, their testing procedures of all helmets is a 6-foot vertical drop at a speed of 13.66 miles per hour. Now, when's the last time you were driving around town and saw a speed limit sign for 13.66 miles per hour? It is simply not an adequate test. Another misconception, motorcycle helmets save lives. Well, that is assuming that lives are in risk. As Dr. Jonathan Goldstein of Bowdoin College in a safety study stated, motorcycle helmets have no statistically significant effect on the probability of fatality in a motorcycle accident, and at a critical impact speed actually serve to increase the severity of neck injuries. Now, I know what you're thinking. One doctor at a small college does a study. Well, there's not a lot of credibility there, and I will agree to a certain extent. So I found national studies. According to the Motorcycle Safety Foundation and the Motorcycle Industry Council, they did a nationwide survey of all states. The best 12 states' safety records per 10,000 motorcycle registrations, only one had a helmet law. Of the worst states, fully one-half had mandatory helmet laws. There is simply no correlation between helmet use and the saving of lives. Now let me bring this a little bit closer to home. Just north in Kansas, in a health and environment report to the National Transportation Safety Association, Kansas found no increase in rate of fatalities after they repealed their helmet law. Now, just for the sake of argument, let's assume that the United States did institute a national helmet law. What other activities might need to be protected in this way? Let's think about a golf tournament. How often have we seen someone struck by a golf ball from a wayward tee shot? Or America's favorite pastime, baseball. How many times have we seen a small child hit by a baseball on a foul tip? It happens every week. Now, when I began my research for this project, I fully expected to find helmet laws in every state, including Oklahoma. Much to my surprise, Oklahoma did have a helmet law at one time, but it was repealed in 1979. One of our neighbors, Arkansas, is the most current state to repeal theirs. They repealed theirs June 27th of this year. And nationally, states from California to Florida have current legislation to repeal helmet laws. It's a nationwide repeal. Everyone realizes they just are not working. Now, I would like to restate, I have always worn a helmet and I will always wear my helmet. But this is my choice and not for the government to make. And while this particular law may not impact you right now, how long will it be before some activity that you enjoy is going to be regulated by the government? I would ask, please, don't give up your right to choose. And as Ben Franklin stated, they who can give up essential liberties for a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety.